So family, give thanks and praise to the Creator, whoever you may conceive Him or her to be. For me, we can not worry about man. We can get peace and live in harmony, and we can live in financial freedom. But before we live in financial freedom, the dollar is done. As far as we understand, the U.S. dollar is done because China, Russia, India, Australia, Brazil, all those countries are coming together as one, and they're not including America because they're going to trade with one another without using the U.S. dollar. That means America is going to be done. So, like we all know, all those big leading powers over the years, like Greece and Rome, they had to fall because they didn't treat the people properly. And once you're going where you're not treating your people properly, you got to fall. So, if America had stand or stick to its belief, bring me the homeless and the hungry and the starving and the godly class, and they stick to their motto, maybe they would be better off and they were not having their system to crash like it's about to happen. You see the banks are crashing one by one. The money's yes disappearing. They want to give you what? If you got 2 million, they want to give you 100,000 on 2 million because they're taking your money and investing it places else, and they can't find the money. So folks, I don't know. I see. They don't like to be bear of bad news, but it is what it is. It is what it is. All I can tell you is that save your seeds, stock up on your food, stock up on the necessary things that you even need to survive. Because if you leave the country, you might survive outside the country, but they're gonna hit the whole world. They're gonna hit the whole world. So if you come together with your family and close friends and try to live in a close knit community where you can look out for one another, it's gonna come to that. It's gonna definitely come to that. Okay, and the clip I'm gonna put here, I do not own the copyrights of the clip. The clip is for informational purposes only. So folks, I don't know what to tell you. Just hang in there and make the best of it, folks. Until then, hang on there. Love you guys now. I'm doing it for you guys. I'm up all night. Time is what? The time is approximately, what the time is? The time is about 12:15 in the AM. Normally I go to sleep at 9 o'clock, but hey, I'm doing it for you guys to keep you guys aware and to be up to date of what's going on. Hang on, folks.
Unstable gold is sending a war signal to the free world. So they know war is coming, man. Because all these nations are switching. And they're alienating America from the world economics, the world, pretty much the BRICS nations are leaning towards their own financial system and not leaning on the dollar system anymore, man. And that's making the dollar crash. And it's not came full fledged yet, but it's coming real soon. As the Kenyan president said, get rid of those dollars. He totally warned their nation to get rid of those dollars, man, because in a couple of weeks they'll pretty much be useless, man. He just kind of signaling towards getting rid of those dollars. But it says sending a war signal to the free world and should be sanctioned. See that? So they know war is coming behind the world switching from this currency. And as this video right here shows that they took the Federal Reserve off the debt clock, man. So they making little small changes right before our eyes to let you know that this dollar is done.
Everybody needs to look at this. The U.S. debt clock no longer says Federal Reserve. It now says U.S. Treasury dollars. It's been done. It's done, guys.
It's done, meaning the dollar system is done. That the financial system of America, as we read in the first like article, the dollar system is completely finished, man. You're gonna see higher inflation here soon, and this is basically going into China, man. All these nations want what China can offer now. They're tired of war. They're tired of destruction of their country. They want peace and prosperity for the most part, man. These nations, that's what they're looking for now,
man. Thank you. I think the Chinese are ahead of schedule. I underestimated how fast they would surpass America in various indicators. The Heritage Foundation actually is next month is going to come out with a list of indicators where China has already surpassed America. Some of them are quite dramatic. When the Chinese launched a round the world hypersonic missile, we can't do that. We were quite certain China could not do that. When they went to the far side of the moon, we can't do that. We were surprised that China could do it. In the number of biotech areas, China has already surpassed us. So I underestimated two things. One was the progress of China. The other was I thought a coalition would form both inside America and around the world
Too late.
that would slow China down, that would say you're stealing too much, you're breaking the rules, you're doing things you never.
Let me pause that there when you said they're trying to slow China down. Let me revert. You see, when Gaddafi was trying to do that and Saddam Hussein was trying to do that, they would do. They went to invade those countries and kill those leaders. Now, when Gaddafi was trying to make his people live in freedom and don't pay taxes, and when the people get married, they get like what $15,000. The student loans all pay back, and they get free land, free electricity, free health care. When he was trying to make that, when he was trying to get together with other African nations to come together to get rid of the US dollar, what to do? They went and invade him and kill him. Why you don't go invade China? Why they don't go and invade China and you see the China's taking over the whole world? But what do you guys say? They went as far as the moon, or we can do that. They make weapons out of space, and we can't do that. They're taking over the different countries, you see? What goes around comes around. The mess with black people, no, they ain't want to mess with China. Let me keep it going, folks. Let me keep it go.
Said before you would do, so there'd be a coalition. And the key member of the coalition would be India. That has not happened. No real coalition is formed against China's conduct anywhere in the world. And in particular, something called the Quad was formed. Initially, the media thought this was to talk about China. Australia, Japan, India, United States. The heads of state would meet, the foreign ministers would meet. But actually what happened, in the joint statement that would come out of the Quad meetings, China could not be mentioned. One country that belongs to the Quad prevented the others from saying anything negative about China in their joint statements. So China's grown much faster than I thought, and the response from around the world has been much weaker than I thought. So if anything, the 100-year marathon is ahead of schedule, to answer your question.
So by when, in your estimate, does China overtake the United States and emerge as the world's global superpower number one? Is that inevitable? Can America still win?
You know, when you think about cricket and soccer and worldwide sports, there's a number of things that happen that billions of people watch. You know the score. It's up on the scoreboard. You can see the umpire make a good call or
Make my videos too long, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave the link up here. Hang on one second, folks. Okay, family, there's the link if you want to watch it to the end, because I don't want to keep it too long because I think it's boring. But for you, you can go to YouTube, download the link, and watch the whole video for yourself. And like I said, folks, it is coming down to that, so prepare yourself for whatever comes on Tuesday. They're also speaking of, we don't know for sure, but they're speaking, we're supposed to get what? 10 days of darkness? Who knows? Remember, in 2012, they were saying we're supposed to get 3 days of darkness. Nothing happened. Now they're saying we're supposed to get 10 days of darkness. Who knows? All I'm hearing is negativity. All I'm saying to folks that stock up on the food stuff, be close to your family, keep your seeds in case you're going to plant your own food. Stock up on this stuff. That's all I can tell you folks, because hey, you never know. You guys never know. Until then, folks, I love you guys. Peace out. Enjoy your life, folks. And don't forget, we don't die. We are multi-dimensional beings. We live on and on and on. There's no death to us. Don't forget, we are energy. And energy doesn't dissipate. It what? Transfer. So when we leave the physical, we go back to the spiritual. We are spirit being having a physical experience. There's no end to our existence, folks. Love you guys. Now, peace out, one love.